All right, so I'm facing a dilemma. The card that I regret getting is, drum roll, the American Express business card. I know certain people talked about how it's trash. Several people have talked about how this card isn't really good. Not the personal version. Some people are getting hip to the personal version, which that was the card that I actually wanted. Real quick, the reason why I got the card was because I wanted to expand my business credit, limit. I wanted more, credit for my business or on the business side. And two, I never had a charge card, and I entered into the credit card game late. So it's a lot of things that I still don't know. I know enough now, like with personal, but it's still things I'm trying to figure out a little bit with business. And so, if I'm being quite honest, I mean, I put a few transactions on it, but I don't really like that it kind of hops around. I check my spending power, and it was at a certain level that I was satisfied with. So I'm like, okay, maybe this is a cool little card to have. And then the past maybe 2 days, I checked my spending power and it was lower than what I was satisfied with. But that's neither here nor there. I don't really like the jumping around with my limits. I kind of prefer to just know what I have and just pay it accordingly. And I don't really need a charge card that does that, because if something is under my spending limit or above my spending limit, I could just use another card. Now, I get it. Certain things you want it all on one card, like if you're ordering something online. But I'm like, is it worth the $100 annual fee? This card really has very limited perks. I got it, like I said, because it was a business card. No other reason. I was getting denied for a lot of their cards for some strange reason. What was in pop-up jail, I already kind of spoke about these things on another video. But the real turning point for me was when I got that Amex Prime business card. The Amex Prime business card takes care of all of my needs. It gave me a gift card that I used immediately because I was already, buying stuff on the site. And that's when they even, offered me the business prime card. I'm satisfied with the limit. So I feel like it's nothing that this card can do that the business prime card isn't doing. So I feel like, should I call Amex and cancel it? How long have I had this card? I think for about maybe one billing cycle. I'm on the second billing cycle, so I hadn't had it for long. I did have another card, and I'm not going to mention it because I did a what's in my wallet video, but I hadn't uploaded it yet. I have several videos that I have not uploaded yet, so I don't want to really say what the other card was. But I ended up getting their card, and I wasn't satisfied with the credit limit. And before they even sent it out, I spoke through chat on Amazon, on the Amex site. They have like a little chat feature. And I think I even asked them, could they up the limit or something, but they didn't do it. And I'm like, well, just cancel it. And, but that's more of a consumer card. So I don't want to have that history with Amex where, okay, this is the second time this chick then got a card from us and now she want to cancel. And so I don't know if they keep your money. And that's really not the issue. The issue is I got a better card that suits my needs. So, and it's 0% annual fee. So it's no need really for me to even have this card. But while I'm here, I also want to talk about another card that I don't really want. Drum roll. It's not even Capital One. It's this dang on Apple card. I have a couple of small Apple subscriptions and the cash back is 3%. But, I'm like, I get a couple of cents a month through cash back. Like the car, I don't really use it. Yeah, I'm on an iPhone right now, but this iPhone actually is my secondary phone. So I don't always carry it with me. So it's like it's just sitting there. The rewards are minimal. Now, I feel like if I was really, really heavily invested in Apple products and I'm an Apple person, and I do have other products. I have the MacBook. I have a iPad. I have the phone, and I was considering getting a watch. But I'm like, I have another watch that does pretty much the same thing. It's a little bit more cheesier, but basically the main reason why I got the watch is to tell time, really, to be honest. And I know that Apple Watch, anyways, I don't want to go on a tangent. The point is, I don't really utilize the card the way I thought I was going to utilize it. And so it's just collecting digital dust. And the way you pay it off, sometimes you aren't able to pay the full balance because they have it to where sometimes you can't. You look it up. But like if I owe a balance, which is usually a very small one, because like I said, I only have, a couple of subscriptions. I don't really use the physical card that much. So this is another card. I don't know if I'm going to do it now, but I'm definitely, like, I got some credit card limit increases. So I really don't need this card, but it is 0%. It's not hurting me, but the way it functions is cute. And I think it's cute on the app in the wallet, but I don't. Aside from it being cute and it comes in this little cute little thing, folder thing that it comes in. It's a little small little thing that it comes in. I don't really use it. I don't have no real need for it. And again, because I have more credit added on, I don't really need it for the credit limit, overall credit, pay availability. So I don't really need it. It's just kind of sitting there. And another card that I really don't need is the Divvy card. I don't need this Divvy card. And it's a charge card. It's 0% annual fee, but I don't really need that either. It's a business card, and mind you, I did get this after I got the Amex. And one of the reasons why I did get the Divvy card is because I did hear of a story, and some of you guys might be familiar with this, but somebody had a bunch of Amex cards, and Amex canceled all their cards. And I could tell the guy, he was bothered by it. And so I kind of wanted a business card outside of the Amex ecosystem, but their limit is pretty low. But by it being a charge card, I'm like, well, I really don't need a high limit, because if it's a charge card, that means I'm going to have to pay it all off in full, which I typically do anyway. But the point is, there have been an occasion here and there where something happened, an unexpected situation happened, and I was going to have to, I think it was with my Capital One card that I used, I had to pay it down in increments, but luckily other money came in and I was able to knock it out like the following month or something like that. But it was a close call. And so I don't want to go on a tangent, but what would you do? Would you just cancel the card? Again, I already canceled an Amex card. Was it earlier this year? It was sometime, I believe, this year. And I don't want to do it again. Should I just ride the year out? I already paid the annual fee. So should I just ride it out until, it renews? Or should I just try to maybe get a portion of the money back? I don't need the card. I really don't need the card. My credit is okay. I don't want closed accounts on my credit report. So I'm kind of like, I don't really know what I want to do. But like I said, with the Amex Prime Amazon card, I feel like my business needs are kind of taken care of. So I don't really feel like I need cards that's going to be costing me. Again, if I'm going to pay an annual fee, it needs to be working for me. And so, like I said, this wasn't my first choice. I was applying for other cards. I would prefer the actual American Express personal green card. That would have been more beneficial. So anyways, these aren't all of my credit cards, and I don't know when I'm going to upload this video. I wanted to do something real quick. But yeah, now that I got the Amazon card, I'm like, really, like, I literally don't need this green card. So with that being said, what would you do if you were in my situation? I'm not saying I'm going to do it, but I like to hear other people's opinions if they care to put some input on this. And I also got some credit limit increases. I was watching I forget his name. I'm sorry. Mr. Bankins. I think that's his name. And I just, like I said, I don't want cards now that I'm not going to need. I did do that in the beginning to expand my credit limits because I wanted to be able to spend without taking up much utilization. I have enough funding for what I'm doing right now. Now, if I wanted to do something like, something else that would require more funding, then yes. But right now, my small business really honestly doesn't require a whole lot of funding. So I mean, and like what I mean by that, it doesn't require like a $100,000 worth of business credit or personal credit. So I could be okay with what I want to do, maybe 5K, 10K tops for what I want to do. So really, I don't really need like 20K, 100,000 K in funding. I wanted to do that. I wanted to do that just for the sake of saying, hey, I got 100K in business funding. But I'm like, but I don't want to be like trying to deal with all these accounts just to be able to say, hey, I got all this funding. And then who cares? Like a lot of people got 100K in funding and beyond, So I wouldn't be the first. So it wouldn't be like what I'm saying is groundbreaking. So it's just like, like I said, 10K in business funding. And if I use maybe like 5K or 3K, maybe at minimum, I should be okay. So yeah, that's just like I said, with the Amex Amazon card, I'm kind of good now. So anyways, I ramble. This is what I do when you don't have notes, you ramble. All right. Thumbs it up if it, I don't know, if you want to.